You like the Gatwick Express, don't you, Wav?
Wait, you're so good. I've had people come and be like, oh, I like your clothes.
Yeah.
People aren't running up and saying like,
Oh, you dirty yeah. Don't dance, don't talk to each other.
Don't talk. Stand. Classical music is going to be playing.
They socially distanced us. Hi, guys. Can you softly big you know what we are? I got signed to my first agency, I think, when I was 19.
Were you in a model house?
Yeah. Is being a gorgeous girl enough to be a model?
We won't name the brand, but
We're getting dangerously close.
We're getting dangerously close.
It turned out that both him and her had died. Cash or card?
Nepotism in modelling. Oh, wait. Oh! Okay, what do you think of Taylor Swift?
I feel like I like her until I see her fans.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the first instalment of the ICN podcast interview. Today I have a very special guest, comedian, impressionist, actor, singer, model, icon, a dear friend of mine, Tobias. Oh, come on, guys. Hello.
Thank you.
There we go. Let's go. Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know you, do you want to give yourself a quick intro?
Yeah.
Not that
So,
famous.
I mean, you kind of already done it for me, really. I couldn't put it any better.
Oh, really? So you think you're funny?
No. Yeah, I have been doing TikTok since lockdown, like most people. Got bored of thought I'm gonna do some videos. Been really into doing impressions since I was a kid. Like my parents gave me access to shows that I shouldn't have been watching when I was 5.
What show in particular? Like Janae?
Yeah,
I was there too.
Yeah, that kind of like early teens, I'd say, but that definitely was a factor as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just like like Come Fly With Me, Little Britain. I know, like cancelled.
No, yeah, so cancelled. They all got like taken off.
Yeah, on like everything.
Too much.
Which I kind of get because like problematic.
I get it, but it's a part of British humour and culture.
It's so British.
'Cause
It's so
Britain
aggressive.
doesn't really have anything. What have we got,
No.
like chips?
Chips, yeah.
They don't
And we
really
love a
exist.
chip.
So we all here love your impressions. That's like why you blew up, right? Wait, is that
Yeah.
why you blew up?
Yeah.
Which is the one that did it?
The one. That's a good question. I think, honestly, probably Sharon Osbourne, which feels like
my
such
God.
a relic at this point because I haven't done a Sharon video in like ages, like maybe like a year or more.
I think that's how I saw you. The one with the
Yes.
M&S.
Yeah, the M&S.
The M&S one
was a particularly popular
No, that
one.
one's crazy.
We'll have to like pull up a
No, we're gonna put
Yeah.
these in. We're gonna put them
Yeah.
in. It's honestly incredible.
Thank you.
Like
I even had the bag. Like it was very method, you know. I had like props. And
Oh,
everything.
the green screen.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I think I think that was kind of what kicked it all off, really. And I always get comments, even to this day. People always say, "Oh my God, this is so niche. Like this is so niche." And I'm like, "Yeah,
It is niche.
that's what I do."
You need to do a Talisa one.
Yes.
I want that.
Oh my God, yeah.
Please. Yeah, because when I met you, we just kind of jumped straight into being friends and skipped
Yeah.
the whole talking about actual real life.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. We don't really know each other about like work at
Yeah.
all. We just jumped into like, well, we met in a store that shall not be named.
No, we won't.
Wait, it wasn't like a shop or anything.
It was near.
It was a wannabe designer store. Let's
Yeah.
call it that. Luxury
Yeah.
retail. And we just jumped straight into making a fool out of ourselves.
We did, yeah. Which
so-
is kind of how you get through retail, right?
And how you get through TikTok.
True. That is true. So it worked. I used my skills to survive retail.
I don't know how I got the job. My application was literally nothing.
Yeah, I think I'd worked in a frozen yogurt shop before that.
Oh, wait. Oh! Cancel. Wait, how long did you work there?
I was there for a year and I mainly worked in a shop, but sometimes they made me work in a warehouse.
Oh, gross.
And it was in the summer and the AC broke and obviously it's frozen yogurt. And we did like, you know, those little like mochi balls as well. And they'd all like melt.
Oh, sure.
And I'd have to ring up being like, can you not put me in there again? Because everything's melting.
Yeah, one girl died from one of those.
Yeah.
The mochi things.
Yeah.
Wait, so with
was
the
a phase.
with the impressions, did Sharon reach out? No.
She hasn't.
She will.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's manifesting.
I mean, yeah,
For 2024.
manifesting. Sharon, call me.
Oh yeah, Sharon, if you're seeing this, hit up Tobias. Come on, babe, get in the M&S TikTok.
Yeah, she'd be like, what the is this?
Please.
But yeah, no, maybe one day.
Other than being a impressionist, famous TikTok worldwide superstar, also modelling.
Thank you.
Got the fruit in already. What's up with modelling? How did you get into that? When did that start?
So, I started wanting to be a model when I was like 17.
You had a
And
dream.
I had a dream, yeah. Because I think I got tall and people told me that I had a good jawline. And I was like, okay.
You do.
Thank you. But I think I was a bit like so enamored with it that I didn't realise how competitive it is. Obviously, like now I know because like, you know, I'm nearly 25.
How long have you been doing it?
So I think I got signed to my first agency, I think when I was 19. So it took a couple of years before I actually like found an agent. Well, I know there were times I kind of like gave up on it, and then I had phases. So I was like, I'm going to look up all the agencies in London. I'm going to apply to all of them, every single one. Yeah.
Does that work?
I'm going to say no.
Oh, did it work for you?
Well, I mean, like I know everyone's different. I think if they see someone that's like, you know, they just know these agencies, you know, and in a way you kind of take it less personally because it's like they have that thing that they want, like, you know, with
are they all looking for something?
Yeah, exactly. And there's phases as well. They go through phases of being like, we want guys with, you know, even down to the hairstyle, which is ridiculous because you can change hair really easily. But I think some agencies, they kind of just see what's in front of them, and then some are more about like the potential.
So how did you jump in?
I did a walk-in. So that's the other method is you can like see when they don't do it as much now. Like a lot of agencies still do, but some don't. Like post-COVID, you still have to apply online. But this one, I just walked in and it was like this tiny boutique agency in like Chelsea. And it was like in like a hut. It was like a summer house with like all these like pictures of like models on the walls.
Oh, sure. What did you have to do? Did they just make you like pose? Like what did they make you do? I don't know.
They just like... I think they took my measurements and they took a couple of pictures of me outside and that was it. And then it was just like, oh yeah, you know, we'll call you.
Oh, and not as glamorous as like I thought it would be like, you know, Anna Wintour sat there, Devil Wears Prada, like measuring
like in a row.
Like there's like music blasting, people doing in the corner, like is it not that?
No, but that's like that comes later. Yeah.
Oh, does that come later?
They ease you in, but like not from the agency so much. Although some agencies are different. Like one of the big ones, I won't say their name, but they literally have like a literal runway in the office,
and they make you walk.
Yeah. So it's like in the but they just took pictures and then they're like, yeah, we'll call you. 2 days later, I think they just sent me an email. They were just like, yeah, we want to sign you. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be famous. Like I'm gonna be a star. And I was like,
is that the goal? A star?
Well,
what do you want to do? Because you do so many things. Don't you like acting, singing, all those things as well?
Yeah.
Like, what is the goal?
Well, it's changed so much throughout the years. When I was younger, singing was always like the main thing when I was younger because it's always been something I've really enjoyed. I did like musical theatre growing up, and then I've always kind of changed tack. I was like, oh, I want to do music. No, I want to do acting. I want to do modelling. And then I kind of got to a point where I was like, well, I enjoy them all. I want to do them all, but I'll just see which one takes off the most.
Which one takes off?
Yeah.
Nice.
And like, I have done some great stuff in all of them, but I think last year especially I just realised, well, like there's more to life than just wanting. It's not so much that I wanted fame, but I think like
success.
Yeah. And I think success to me looked like people giving me praise and validation and things like that. And I still love acting and I enjoy modelling, but I think I'm just more focused on the things that like I really enjoy outside of just like impressing people.
Sure.
Because you're like always like under the spotlight so much.
You got... Hello. Come on.
I know.
Okay, wait, so what do you think of this whole like, you know, influencers becoming real celebrities? Like that whole transitional phase where like, you know, you're following someone and all of a sudden they're a singer.
Yeah.
And you're like,
literally.
What's
or they're like
on?
front row at YSL or something.
And they're like, so many influencers are like, oh, I'm in fashion now.
Yeah.
And they had nothing to do with fashion.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I think...
Do you love it? Do you hate it?
Maybe I'm like jaded because I'm like, it should be me. No. But like, I think...
Right? Yeah,
like...
Where's my front row
Yeah,
seat?
literally. No, I think some people it's very deserved. I think there's some really great creators that have really shone a light on the modelling industry especially, and have kind of made it more, you know, like people like Alex Consani, like, you know, she's amazing.
Love Alex Consani.
Yeah.
When did you first find her?
Literally like ages ago.
The start.
Yeah.
I love her.
Like, yeah.
She's crazy.
In like early days of TikTok. Like her like, just like funny Depop videos and stuff. Yeah.
No, literally. I feel like she's just one of those people where everyone just assumes like, oh, that would be my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Tana Mojo effect, but like 2024 version. Yeah. Because everyone loves Tana because they're like, oh, we'd be friends. Yeah. And it's the same with her. Like, I feel like so many people would just...
You feel like you're like,
yes.
Yeah.
Everything she does,
we'd get on well, yeah.
No, exactly. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, you were talking about shedding light on the modelling industry. Wait, so what was your experience like? I mean, are you still in it or are you coming out of it? What are you doing?
I am, but I'm like...
You'll do it if it
I'm like
comes
one
out.
foot in, one foot out, you know?
Will you like pick things if they sound good?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm I'm gonna get into it now. I was.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's ruin Naomi.
Yeah, literally.
Oh wait, have you met any of the big three? I've seen the big four.
I've
Five?
seen a couple of like well-known models, but more kind of like if you know models.
Oh, okay.
Like because I went to Milan when I was 19 for like a month for Fashion Week. No, a month. It was like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was like terrifying, and I felt so out of my depth.
Wait, why were you so scared? Were you in a model house?
Yeah, I was.
What's
Oh my god.
Was that good?
They're terrible.
Awful.
It's like well known in the industry that they are like horrendous. Like
do people dread it when it's coming up?
some people just take it in their stride because it's like the done thing, but like for me it was just like a bit like I don't want to be in like the Shangri-La hotel, but it was like
I do.
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but like it was awful, you know. It was like kind of giving like squatters vibes.
Is it they just get a cheap place and shove everyone?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
and
God.
so you're also with people that you don't know who maybe you can't even. There's like a language barrier often as well.
Oh, of course. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just about the way you look.
Yeah, exactly. So
Is it competitive?
yeah, like the
Really?
whole industry is, but like particularly when you go to these big places like Milan, New York, you know, they're just like, and Paris, of course, as well. It's just like super competitive. Like you will queue. I think I queued at one casting for like 4 hours, and they saw me for like 1 minute,
Jesus.
and I'm being
Jesus.
genuinely serious. Like it was bad. It was like on a staircase at like midnight.
Oh.
And you think about these girls that are like, you know, barely eating.
Oh yeah.
It's just like,
I mean, I have friends who they're like, if a show's coming up, like I think they're like, don't eat.
yeah,
Like, which is crazy.
yeah.
And I feel like the public perception of modeling now has gone so like, oh, it's so like, you know, woke and inclusive. But I feel like behind the scenes, from what I've heard at least, it's not
It's
that
not
different.
in some ways it is, but I feel like it varies like country to country as well. And I do feel like places like Paris and Milan, like to
Is it
me,
pretty
still
bad?
feel quite like traditional in the way they do, you know, fashion week and things like that. So I agree. I think they do kind of stick to what they know, which isn't necessarily a good thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think just I've had some great experiences with it, but I feel like I'm at the point now where I'm like, it's just a bit too on everyone else's terms. Like there's no,
You're
I don't
literally
have
just a
any
corpse
say in it.
being
Yeah,
thrown around.
literally. And I feel almost like an odd one out because I feel like I have somewhat of a personality.
And you're literally there to just be like,
Yeah. So I feel like I have to kind of like sacrifice other parts of myself to fit into what other people are doing.
yeah, you're an entertainer, babe.
Right.
Do you not whip out an accent on set?
Maybe I
Do you
should.
get told to-
Yeah, get to the end of the line and be like, yeah.
No, but knowing some of these brands now, I reckon one of them would be like, sure, do it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Some of the things I'm seeing right now, I'm like, what? are you
Yeah.
doing?
I mean, that would be like, I guess like my dream. It's still something I want to do and want to work towards. Like kind of marrying everything together and being like an influencer who kind of like someone like Alex Consani. Who,
I was
like,
just about to say
yeah.
who like does a bit of everything, but also has a
Right.
personality.
But they're still like a proper model, right? Like they're not like an influencer
Yeah.
who like gets booked because they're an influencer. Like she was modeling for Time
Oh,
before
she
that.
was,
Yeah,
I know.
Like yes, her fame on social media like gave her more like opportunities, but you know she would have served regardless.
Oh no, 100%.
Yeah.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
Wait, so what are the bad experiences? Like, what
Yeah.
do you feel? You said you were gonna get into it. Like,
Yeah, so I was with one of like the top London agencies, like one of like the big yeah, don't worry, like
we don't speak.
one of like probably like the top 10. So before I was with them, I was with this much smaller agency, the one I was telling you about, the one that was like a little hut, and I was with them
Oh,
for
the
like
hut
the hut one. I was with
Hot.
them for like 2 or 3 years, I think, and my booker was so lovely, like literally the loveliest person. But they were quite a small agency, and I didn't really feel like they had like a ton of like contacts compared to
Oh,
these bigger
I see.
ones.
Yeah.
So like post lockdown, you know, obviously I couldn't do any modelling work really during that, and then after that I was kind of like, oh, I might try and apply to some of the bigger ones now that I'm a bit older, you know, see what happens. And I got a meeting with like 2 or 3 of them, and then the one that was the first one, because I was seeing 3 in one day. I felt like, oh my god, everyone wants me. You know?
Oh, you felt.
yeah, I felt good.
You thought you were the star.
Yeah, literally.
Fair enough.
And they were the first one I went to, and they basically offered me a contract on the spot, and I was like over the
Really?
moon. Like I was so excited
Is
about
that
it.
rare?
No, not necessarily. I think it depends on like because
they're
I'd
looking
already sent them my images and stuff, so I think they already had
they
an
were like,
idea.
They
Yeah,
were ready.
yeah,
They were expecting something.
yeah. So they just wanted to see like the I guess like the finished product.
The real version.
Yeah, the real me. So they just like, took some pictures and then they basically just, were like, we'd like to sign you.
Mhm.
And
So
then
where did it go wrong?
So I was with them for about a year and it started off great. Like the castings coming through were incredible. Like, so I was going to go and see my partner, who was at the time living in Taiwan.
Partner?
Yeah, but no.
Can we bring that word back?
Yeah. Boyfriend, yeah.
My partner.
Yeah, my partner. It's
workplace.
Like, yeah.
The workplace.
It's like my possibly gay English teacher, like my partner.
Oh God.
He was studying abroad in Taiwan at the time because he like studies Mandarin, and that was a whole other thing.
He's like smart.
Yeah.
Oh honey.
And like it was this thing of like, I want to go out there and visit him, but I've just got signed to this big agency. And I was only going there for like a couple of weeks, but you never know what you might miss out on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, as I'm about to leave, they're like, oh, we have a campaign for you for like this huge department store, like, like Oxford Street kind of department store. And I'm thinking, oh my God, like it was like, crazy pay, like kind of like, it was like a lookbook. It wasn't even like e-com, like it was like proper.
Yeah.
And I was like so excited about it. And I think it just didn't work out because of when I was going away and things like that. But I don't think they booked me in the end. I think I got shortlisted and then they booked someone else. But I didn't care because I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, like this just shows that I'm capable.
You got that ego boost.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
I'm
like,
hot.
I can do it. Yeah. I was like, well, if I can get shortlisted for that, what else will I get shortlisted and then make it past the finish line? So I was really excited about it. And then my booker, because I was in the New Faces, which is like what you get put in when you first join an agency, they left and joined another agency, got replaced with someone else who, I don't want to put it all down on them because I'm sure there's like a lot of factors involved, but I felt like from that moment forward, it was like they just forgot about me. And so,
like you weren't obedient enough to be like, I will do it. I'll be there.
Yeah, or more so like they just weren't, there was no communication there that used to be there. So it was things that I get booked for a job and I wasn't getting sent the address until the morning of. And I was living in Kent at the time. So my journey's like, an hour and a half. Like, so I'm traveling at 7 a.m. The agency's not even up yet. And I don't even know where the I'm going. And it was just like so kind of disappointing to go from that to that.
And with one of the bigger agencies, you'd expect them to be more.
Right.
So do you think with bigger modelling agencies, they prioritise like the bigger.
Yeah.
And they just like forget all the new faces.
Yeah. I think all agencies do it, which is, I get it to an extent.
It kind of makes sense.
It makes sense. Like if you have 4 or 5 people that are like, repeat booking, you'll see on the Instagram, like they're always posting them because they're always booking work. It makes sense that they're going to push them a bit harder. But I just think with New Faces, they are in the hands of the agent for the most part because most of them have never done anything modelling related in their life.
Right.
Like literally taken off the street or scouted at a festival and they're like, 15, 16. I've literally heard of people age, 14 getting scouted and they literally say, they will check up on them on a yearly basis, take pictures, and then when they get to 18, that's when they can start booking work. So sometimes they put a lot of effort into certain people. Yeah. But it's like either
like they're manufacturing them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like either they are obsessed with them or they don't give a fuck.
And they just like sign the contract
and that's it. And like,
but why? They're not even making money off them then. What's the point?
Exactly.
Just for like the appearance of like having.
I think it's just this thing of like, well, they might book work and we'll just see what comes in.
Yeah. They want to have like a variety.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think maybe sometimes it's based off of the response they initially get when they sign them because they send them to their clients and they see what the response is
and
like.
And they'll say like, what did they do?
Yeah. Or like, what do you think?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So like, I'm not completely kind of jaded about it. I get it. I'm not going into it expecting something crazy. But I do feel like I was robbed from maybe being pushed as much as I should have been.
Oh yeah, because they could definitely. I feel like a big agency could be like, we're gonna shove you into this brand and this brand and this brand, and they can like make you
exactly
something.
And things like test shoots are so important, like making sure that you're updating portfolio. Yeah. And it was like I would be ringing them up on a weekly basis. Oh, you mentioned this test shoot. What's happening? And it was like, oh, we haven't got round to it. And it was just like it was all the time. And it's like I've had that kind of thing in every industry, acting, modeling, and it's kind of normal. And
yeah, it's a lot of like wait.
Yeah.
we'll talk to you. You just stay there until.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we'll call you when we're ready, kind of thing. And it's like, I'm not a pushy person. It's not in my nature to be quite upfront and assertive, because it can be scary. You know, you don't want them to think that you're difficult, which is like the worst word in the industry.
Oh, is that the one?
Oh yeah, it's like they're difficult.
So
you know?
what is like a big no? Like, what are you not allowed to do, like on set?
I guess like
Do you shut up? Like what?
Yeah,
what do you do?
I mean, it depends. Like, because I think some models are so rude. Like,
yeah, because they get the ego.
yeah, like I understand that why some bookers get, and I think that's why I was particularly scared to speak up for myself, because I know that it must be so fucking annoying dealing with like 100 models who, you know, are asking.
They all think they're the one.
Yeah, right. So it's like I felt so conflicted. So I was like, I'm really good at putting myself in other people's shoes, but it's like for that reason, that can create that sense of resentment, because you're like, I know how it feels to be on your side of things, and yet you're still kind of not pushing me and things like that. But yeah, I think like I was pretty well behaved. I'm pretty open and like willing. I'd be up for like most things.
Do you know of anything like any big no's that have happened and people are like just completely got rid of what?
I've heard of, so people will do things like, I'm not sure so much about like agencies kicking models out, but like on set behavior, like I've heard like horror stories from like, you know, even from like makeup artists or
Like doing what?
So like I think one shoot that I did, the photographer said that a girl refused to like like move. But, like,
Wait, what do you mean?
So she
Isn't that her job?
Right, yeah. So I know, like they just stand there like.
She's her eyes closed.
So she rocks up to set apparently, and they're like, right, like we don't want you to dance, so like get that out of your head. We just want you to move.
Move.
You know how like in editorial it's all very.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this
Your back-
jellyfish.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I see a lot of that.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know. I just
Are
think
you
it's
good at
cool.
that?
Yeah, I'm quite flexible.
God. Right. So what did she do? She just didn't.
She was like, I'm not a dancer. I don't know what she sounded like, but she was like, I'm not a dancer. I don't want to do it.
I'm not moving.
I'm not doing it. Yeah.
Oh, and then the whole team has to be like, well.
It's like, where do you go from there, right? It's like, what do you say to that?
So
like,
what does she want to do? Just literally stand there? Like, are there people that are?
I don't know. Like, what could you do? Like, just.
I don't know.
They were. I think they wanted her because it was very like. They, I think, showed me the outfit, or I think I bought. This was years ago. That like an outfit that she was wearing, and it was like almost like a cloak. So obviously,
Standard cloak, please.
So obviously, it's going to look very, you know,
flowy.
yeah.
Or-
And they just wanted her to, and apparently, yeah, she was just like, I'm not doing it. So I don't know how they resolved it, but I don't think, needless to say, I don't think they wanted to work with her again.
What do you think of like nepotism in modelling? Because I know it's a massive thing.
It's such a huge thing, and I think that's the industry it's like most noticeable in. If the
Someone's
model,
mum.
yeah,
It's just like get in there.
yeah. I mean, like even in acting as well. Like acting, it's more covert because you'll watch a show and you think, oh, that actor's great, or that actress is great. And you look them up and you think, oh, like I wonder, you know, what drama school did they go to, or you know, where are they from? And then you'll see something like, oh, you know, their uncle.
Cadbury's.
Yeah. Or
No,
like
yeah.
they work for a production company, you know. Like I remember watching Twilight and being like, oh, like I wonder how Kristen Stewart started. I swear, like she's got family in Hollywood already. And it happens quite a lot, even with, you know, British actors, actresses. They have like a great grandfather.
She's a Brit. She's right in there.
Yeah.
But to be fair, her mum's Kate Moss.
Her mum's Kate Moss.
Kate Moss.
But
Can we talk about Kate Moss? What do you think of Kate Moss right now?
well, Kate Moss was always that one where they were like, oh, you know, she's not tall, you know, she's not runway height.
Sure.
But you know, she's got
She
that
did the
look,
thing.
hasn't she?
She was a
She
hot-
just
yeah,
has
she's-
that thing, and like her, like obviously her daughter's stunning.
Lila is gorgeous.
She's a gorgeous girl.
She's a gorgeous girl.
But like, and this is just from what I know from the industry, is being a gorgeous girl enough to be a model, and not in a harsh way.
supermodel, I think.
Right.
Enough to be a model. Supermodel, you've got to be like.
Yeah,
F.
yeah,
You don't have
exactly.
the thing.
Yeah, because the way the modeling industry is, you know, what, like we were saying before, like I'm not really sure if it's actually going in like an amazing direction, but there is some progress with like different body types and things like that.
Yeah, of course.
But I think, yeah, to be a supermodel, I feel like,
It's difficult nowadays. Like there's like Bella.
yeah,
She's doing well.
kind of it. And then they're Kendall Jenner, but then
They're just it's just the
still
nepo babies.
nepotism. Is Bella nepotism?
Yeah, Gigi Hadid's her sister Yolanda Hadid. Is it Yolanda?
Yeah, and the mum.
Is the mother.
I've had like other celebrities also, not just the people that I did the
In
impressions
what
of, they've
industries?
commented. Well, I mean, my queen, Sophie Anderson, may she rest in peace.
Oh wait, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Let's get into that now.
Yeah.
So Tobias does these impressions of an explicit star, should we say?
You made it sound so fancy. I love it.
Who is also just kind of like an internet meme.
Yeah.
Like blew up for just being super funny.
Yeah.
And you do. Do you want to give a quick sample of that impression?
Yeah. So just for context, there are these two women who are, I can say it right, like stars.
Yeah.
And they got famous on gay Twitter, of course, for a really famous video where they were promoting like some kind of bang that they were filming. So it's all, hi guys, look at these lovely big you know what we are.
Wait, what video was it though that blew up? Was it the Squid Game? Sophie Anderson on the Squid Game.
So
it's the funniest.
The first one I ever did, and this was like height of COVID, was Sophie Anderson. Because the one I just did is Rebecca. So Sophie's from Bristol. So
the law.
The law behind it. She's got that thick Bristolian accent. So she, you dirty little car, all that. She, my video was
Bristolian.
POV. Sophie Anderson gets the vaccine because obviously everyone was getting vaccinated at the time. So it was all, oh hello doctor, oh yeah, put that needle in me, yeah, that's it. And
so she reached out.
Yeah,
no?
I think she saw the first one. I think mainly because it is.
Did it blow up? How many views did it get? Like a couple million, something like that.
I need to have a look. Yeah, probably. I think a couple of million because I think it has a couple of 100,000 likes, which is normally about a tenth of the views. So I think she saw them from the beginning because she duetted it with Rebecca.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so it was Rebecca and Sophie were on set filming,
On set. They were on set.
And yeah.
But they did stuff with sex education as well. They're on Netflix.
Yeah, they
Netflix
did.
Stars.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think people realise so much now how big they were. Like there was one point where they were like really, really big. And then I feel like that's when they kind of fell from grace and then they stopped being friends. But
yeah, and then recently she's like disappeared.
Yeah.
So wait, what did she say to you when she reached out? Was she just like, love you? Or was she just duetting stuff publicly?
She duetted it with Rebecca and she forgot to put the sound on. So it's literally just her...
So she has no
idea.
And
I've no idea what she's saying.
That sucks.
But then Rebecca did another duet where she was like, I forgot to turn the sounds on.
So were you sad to hear the news
of
Rebecca? Is it Rebecca?
No, Sophie.
Sophie's... Wait, is she officially dead?
Yes.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, there's a lot that went around it, so I don't know the full extent of it. I have reached out to Rebecca a little bit, but like I think she understandably is trying to like keep it quite under wraps.
Yeah, they don't really talk about it.
No, and I think that's mainly because there was a lot of this kind of discourse around this boyfriend that Sophie was with, who I don't think they had like a particularly healthy relationship. But I don't know the full extent of it.
He was also in the industry.
Yeah, he was also making videos with Sophie, and I know that Rebecca and Sophie had a fallout, and I think that was mainly to do with that relationship. And I think they were just trying to repair it. And then he spread this like rumor that Sophie had passed away, and then it ended up being false.
So it wasn't. It wasn't
initially,
to begin with.
Initially it was. And then when she actually did pass away, of course, my reaction and most people's reaction was, "Oh, it's probably just another vicious rumor."
Yeah, no, that happens all the time. Like, everything I see, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's fake. And then it turned out that both him and her had died.
Together? We don't know.
We don't know.
Because she's not at that like height of fame where it's like everywhere.
Yeah, you're probably not going to get like a report come out, There were news articles, but obviously because she's not in the mainstream.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I was devastated. I think,
oh, poor thing.
No, I think it hit me harder because I didn't think it was going to affect me in the way that it did, because I was like, well, yeah, I've done a lot of
inspiration in life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do so many of those videos so much now, but it was such a big part of my life, and I think she was such a lovely person, and it was just so heartbreaking. I think when I saw it, I kind of was like in disbelief. And in a way, it was like, well, I don't know her personally, like we haven't kind of met up, but it feels like I know her, you know, like it feels like she's like a friend because she's so supportive.
And especially online, like they're also kind of just influencers. Like,
exactly.
That's kind of what they're doing.
Yeah.
So do people come up to you like doing the voices?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. So I've had people come up to me on the tube, weirdly, quite a lot. I have people walk past me, and sometimes I'll just hear, "That's it."
Really?
Yeah. Or people come up to me and they'll go, "Oh, you dirty little f***er."
Oh God.
And
See,
then,
that's bad. See, I've had people come and be like, "Oh, I like your clothes."
Yeah.
People aren't running up and saying like,
"Oh, you dirty f***er." Yeah.
It's slightly different.
I love it because I don't have to kind of. So I think sometimes I might be a bit like, "Oh, thank you." But I keep it going because it's like improv.
You go straight into it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know.
So they'll go, "You dirty f***," and I'll go, "Oh yeah, that's it."
Yeah,
you know?
I know,
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, even when we were in the store,
I was basically doing it to the customer. Yeah.
The customers got the Sophie Anderson experience.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
That's it.
Enough, right? That job was it was actually awful.
It was terrible.
We
But I'd forget that we were in a job when we were
because
when we were
no
on
one
the shop
came
floor.
into the store.
No, it was dead.
And then we'd just be running around dancing with. Do you remember that girl?
Because they told us we couldn't dance, didn't they? That was an actual rule.
Yeah, because they saw
like
us on the CCTV like
shaking.
No, enough.
We sang too much.
No, we'd like put music on and have a great old time.
Yeah.
We were enticing the customers in.
But like, didn't you feel that was like the USP of the brand?
Was the fun.
Was like
And they wanted like. So we won't name the brand, but
We're getting dangerously close.
We're getting dangerously close. It's a brand that was like fun and colourful.
Yeah.
And they were
camp,
they were super
disco.
camp. Everything's like crazy rainbow colours. And they were like, you know,
don't dance, don't
speak,
talk to each other.
Don't talk. Classical music is going to be playing. And then there's like a neon sign that's like,
they socially distanced us. Like they brought back COVID.
And there's neon signs that are like, "I love my life," and talking to my friends. And
like
back my life.
It's on the wall, like actual like breasts.
Literally breasts.
Yeah.
Like nudity, like people like discos, rape, drugs, everywhere.
Literally.
And we're not allowed to speak.
But look at us now.
Look at us now, honey. We got the gigs. Wait, did you do any other like luxury retail stuff? Because the luxury retail in London I did. Wait, where did you do?
I moved from Essex when I was living with my family back to Kent where we used to live, because our family moved all over, like we've lived in crazy places, and we moved back to Kent, and then I was like, this enough is enough, I need to go back to the city, like I'm gonna make it on my own. So I like moved in with like random people, and like that was fine, but I worked in another retail job like leather goods, and
was it luxury?
Fucking hated it. Yeah.
So luxury retail in London is terrifying.
It's dire.
I worked in a very large store after working with you.
Yeah.
And it was hell.
Yeah.
Like, it's hell.
It is.
And the customers are rude.
Yeah.
They are rude.
They are. But
some are lovely.
Some. And when they're lovely, they're really lovely.
The real rich people are lovely.
Yeah.
Then you see the person coming with sunglasses on and like their fake Birkin,
aspirational.
and you're like, oh
yeah.
my God, here we go.
But don't you find, because this is my thing, it's like, even if the customers were like, especially when you work in like leather goods, especially, it's always like a bit quieter because, you know, there's not a lot of like other sizes, or like, you know, it's not so involved. But it's the customers so much, I don't find like are, even if they're difficult, you can kind of like have a bit of a laugh about it sometimes. It's the management. It's always the management.
The team, they'll just stare at you like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Because I found that a lot of people, obviously this isn't everyone, but my experience, almost every retail manager I've had has been like really heinous and like really like, they can't get control elsewhere in their life, so they like enforce it on other people in the job.
Certain jobs are horrible people. Yeah. You work in a shop.
Yeah, you work in a shop.
Like, stop it.
You are using the same staff toilet as me, baby. Like, yeah. And also,
honey,
like,
you can't buy the stuff in there.
Yeah, none of us
they
can.
Act like they are the creative director of the brand.
Literally. And it's this thing of like, as soon as you put, because I feel like I have this trajectory, or not anymore, because I got out, thank f***. But like in the past, it would be like, they love me at the start because I'm really good at like turning on the charm and, you know. But when I start seeing the cracks in the company and in the armour, and they can tell that I see the cracks, that's when they're like, we need to keep an eye on him, you know. And then all of a sudden it's, oh, you were 1 minute late on your lunch break.
Oh,
you know all that stupid
yeah. Oh God, they were awful to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've had that at pretty much every job. Like,
yeah, same.
It's just like, And it's kind of like infantilizing almost. It's like, why are you treating me like a 12-year-old? Like, we're all adults.
I know,
You know?
right?
Some of them are younger than me.
So many people are trying to blow up on TikTok right now. I feel like it's just getting bigger and bigger and crazier. Like Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Like budget. Yeah. What would you say to someone that's trying to blow up?
I don't know. It's like there's still like the same way of being able to come up on the app as there was like when I kind of came up like in 2020.
You just whack something up. And
Yeah,
oh,
like there isn't really a science to it. It's
No.
just like, also the algorithm tends to push out people when it's their first few videos. So that's definitely something to be aware of. Like you can pretty much post, I made a new account the other day. I posted a video of my cat that would get like maybe like 2 likes on my main account.
Oh my God.
And like,
I had the same exact thing.
right.
I was like stuck on a certain amount of followers on one account. I made a new account, I got 100k in a week.
Yeah,
I was like, why?
because the algorithm hates my main account for some reason.
No, it doesn't. You bang views. I was stalking you before this. I was like, oh,
Thank you.
like, but then again, you
But
have
sometimes-
certain things that just do well.
Yeah, well that's
The
the thing.
impression.
I think like that's what I love about it is that the algorithm knows what I do, and like what I do well, and
What
like
you
it's gonna
well.
what it's gonna like push out.
Okay, so you blew up initially for the Sharon.
Yeah.
What do people try and get you to say the most? Like when you're
As Sharon.
as Sharon.
Obviously,
do
like
it.
the number one, like I feel like if I was to make merch, it would obviously be like, "What's your name?"
It sounds
'Cause that's
exactly like
like-
her.
Thank
Wait, what did you say in the M&S video though?
I was like, cash or card.
But it actually sounds like her. You should go on like Britain's Got Talent walk in.
Oh yeah,
She's there, isn't she?
Yeah. Do you remember the woman that did like the Katie Price? I feel like I can do a bit of Katie Price.
Oh, do it, please.
She's like, well, as you may have seen in the Daily Mail, I've been going off script recently. And a lot of people have a lot to say about that
In the press.
in the press. You like the Gatwick Express, don't you, Orv?
Wait, you're
Yeah.
so good. No, that's actually criminal.
you.
Like you could cause havoc. Have you seen
you.
her
Love
messy
her.
mansion?
Yeah, I have, yeah. And there's
Okay.
like holes in the walls.
Please do an impression of Nikki's whispering at the end of her song.
Oh, what the
The ASMR.
I'm gonna do.
TikTok will love
Is it in the song that
It's-
your
have you
womb
not
will bring
heard-
forth a child? Is that in the song? Because that's I know that one off by heart.
No.
Once your new nose heals. Wait, what was that? I forgot.
You lied on your dead mother, so all of that.
Isn't that
mum,
wild?
Dead mum, plastic surgery, and you have big feet.
Once your new nose heals and your lipo is done. I'm drawing a blank.
And your mum died.
Yeah.
That's all the song was,
And
basically.
your mum, and you got a big foot.
There we go. Okay, wait. Let's do Kim Woodbury.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know why I haven't done a lot of Kim. Like I feel like
Kim Woodbury. Have you not posted that one?
No, I've done a couple, but I don't know. I think maybe I need to start thinking about it.
Start posting Kim Woodbury.
Because I love doing Kim
Like,
Woodburn.
Kim Woodburn
She's
at, like,
so
Leeds
fun.
Fest.
Yeah. She's like, you horrible, horrible little bitch. Yeah. You stop me and you'll get it both barrels. I think if you're new though, I would just say
do everything.
yeah, and also when the fact that you can't do that later on is like even more reason to try it at the start. Like right at the start, just post. I think that's what I did. I was like, I don't think I went into it being like
random stuff.
yeah, literally like the most stupid, like not just impressions, like literally anything, like
Everything.
you know,
I did
dances,
everything.
whatever. And I the thought of doing that now, I'm like, no, I would never
I
do
would
that.
kill myself.
Yeah, me too.
Thank God. I mean,
Yeah.
one of my accounts got deleted. Honestly, thank God. Because that thing, like...
It was
there
a blessing
there
in
were
this one.
It was a blessing and a curse. One, I had no money, I was broke.
Yeah.
On the other hand, these images are now gone from the internet.
Right.
Apart from all the places where people
Oh.
re-upload everything you do.
Oh
Did
no,
you get that?
yeah. Yeah, what is that?
I had like people would like screen record my lives and like re-upload them on
I
YouTube.
thought it was-
like do all
I thought it was like the creators making a new account to like, you know, get some creative fund money or something.
No,
just,
have
like,
you not had
repost their
that, Where
videos.
people just post your stuff like
Sometimes I have like on Instagram, you know, I'll have like a flop
Facebook?
account do it. They posted one of me doing the Jarfei cover of like In My Head by Ariana Grande. And amazing, that one.
okay, I haven't seen that.
And someone reposted it and I was like, what the fuck? Like, tag me.
I had a video blow up recently, me dancing with an old man. I don't know whether you've seen it.
I don't
Did you
think,
see
can
that?
you send it to me? I don't think
Yeah,
I've
I
seen it.
sent it to you. And I got DMs on. It was literally like last month. I got DMs on Instagram that were from like BuzzFeed, Snapchat. They were like, "Can we use your video and repost
No
it?" Everywhere?" I'm
way.
like, "No, you can't upload me dancing with an old man all over
Yeah.
the internet." I was like, "Absolutely
Literally,
not."
but some of them just do it, I think. Like I've
Some of them
heard
do
from
it,
people
but
that
bigger
just post-
brands won't. and
just
not
they'll
even that
ask.
big. Like people that are like proper companies
Yeah.
will ask for permission.
Yeah.
But things like, especially like Snapchat series and all those things. But like just people who make like fan accounts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They'll
It's
just,
crazy, isn't
They'll
it?
just re-upload everything. So you're going into, what are you doing? Talent management?
Talent management.
What is that?
Yeah.
As
So
in influencer management?
yeah, influencer.
Okay.
So for like social media. So I kind of got to a point where my TikTok was like doing well because I still get like, you know, good views and stuff. But it's harder to market yourself as a comedy like personality creator.
Really?
Because what I've noticed is that unless you're, it's not to say you can't get work and consistent work, but unless you are at like the highest end of the spectrum, you know, those big
They do
personality
really
creators.
well. The comedy people who are at the top get any and everything.
That's
they're doing really well.
literally, I said that to someone in those exact words, that they can do anything and everything because they can do skincare, whatever, because they know they're going to get views no matter what.
Because it's just funny.
Yeah.
And the brand doesn't care if it
No.
works or not. They just
But-
want it to get views.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're on the lower end of the spectrum, you know, even like a couple of 100,000 like myself, like it's harder.
I see, because you don't have like props.
Yeah, or just like, well,
Like you're not holding up makeup and stuff.
yeah, but even the big ones, like the ones that, you know, have 1 million followers and they are working with every other brand, like
Yeah.
they were where I am now. I think I don't know, maybe I need to post more. I'm just lazy.
No, literally me every day. I'm like, oh, I need to post more.
Yeah. But I just,
Can't be bothered.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I still love it. I am still going to post. But like,
I just don't like the new vibe on TikTok.
no,
The new
it
vibe is just
doesn't
like,
feel the same.
It's so inauthentic. Like,
Right.
I liked it when people were just posting genuinely random
Random
stuff. Still a thing, but now they like push all these like big brand
Yeah.
budget videos.
I
and, like,
agree.
selling this for this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
And it just, I don't know, like, I still enjoy it, but I feel like, yeah, the golden age of making
Oh,
content for me
gone.
feels like it's past
It's
a
gone.
bit.
TikTok golden age. Has
Yeah.
disappeared.
And it's just hard to, like, get those big brand deals when you're not a skincare, makeup, hair influencer, you know, lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
That's where the money's at, you know,
I
for
know.
most people.
See,
anyway.
I was doing what you were doing on my old thing. I started my new one. It was just clothes.
Yeah.
I had a fifth of the followers I had on my other one, and I had never got so much work.
Yeah.
Because all of my videos were about clothes, and they were just like,
It's so
give you
easy
this, pay
to,
to show this, to this.
yeah.
Because I feel like when you have props.
Yeah,
So if you want to make money on TikTok, do something that contains objects.
exactly. Hold something up.
Hold something up. Makeup. I bet
Yeah.
they're making bank on
Yeah.
that TikTok shop.
Yeah, no,
Oh, but
TikTok
that
shop's
can-
crazy. Yeah.
I'm over it.
It
You
just-
get a million of those.
Yeah, all the
So
time.
much.
Sometimes you'll actually be on board with a video and then you'll be like, oh, they're trying to sell
It's
me
an
something.
ad.
Yeah,
You're
and I'm like,
watching a
leave me
video.
alone.
No, I know.
Yeah, like I still want to do it, but I think I just have fun with it and focus less on making money from it. But I do want to maybe like look into doing some lifestyle stuff, maybe on like another account or something.
Yeah, start a new one. Why
Just
not?
see, just do
Diversify,
both.
honey.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, so with your, I always ask like other people who are online this, like, what do you actually think of like management and like, this? Are you starting your own management company or are you working for one?
Yeah, I work for one.
You're working. For
Yeah.
one. So do you? I mean, you probably have to say it's a good idea, but exclusive. Do you actually think management is good, or do you think it's for certain people and it's not for others? Because
Yeah.
I never had it. Probably should have.
It depends, like, you know, now that I'm on the other side of things, like, you know, I do work for an agency, but it's very much on my terms because I have my own roster and I don't
Sure.
really, I kind of only speak to my talent. I don't so much speak to the wider kind of team because we're all remote, you know, mostly,
Okay.
which I love. It's great. It's very much like on my own terms.
Are you like hooking brands up to the?
Yeah, so I manage the talent and then I, you know, pitch to brands or I manage my talent's inbox. So
Oh,
they
really?
reach out. Yeah.
So the brand doesn't have like set relationships formed.
Some of them do.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
But is your job kind of to like find new ones and things?
Find new ones and then like facilitate
cool.
ones that have previously happened and yeah, basically just kind of be the middleman between the brand and the talent, which I love.
What brands have you worked with? Not yourself, but in management. What have you done?
Like a lot of like skincare companies. Like I've like really fallen into that. I think because I've always been quite interested in like East Asian like beauty, like K beauty,
Yeah,
J
yeah,
beauty.
yeah.
So it's just kind of naturally progressed. So brands
That's
like
a super big thing right now.
yeah, like Mixoon, like Tier, like
Oh, like all the skincare brands.
yeah, like a lot of
Cool.
like K beauty brands.
So
But
do you
yeah.
think it's worth it for someone to go in?
I think so, yeah, because it's not just about like the contacts that the agency has, it's also about letting the talent focus on what they do and what they're good at, which is making content.
Yeah.
And it just takes a lot of the stress out of them when you can have someone kind of do that for you and like deal with the finances. Because also, I know for being a creator, like I'm sure you're the same, like it is a bit awkward if a brand reaches out to you and you give them their rate and then there's that back and forth and you don't want to kind of scare them off.
It's so annoying. Oh,
Yeah.
I have no shame.
Do you?
No, I have
You
no
just, like,
shame.
yeah.
I'll say, let's start a call. I'll call them and I'll say, hey, this for
Yeah.
this. I'll like give them my
That's a
rate,
good
and then
idea,
I'll just-
actually.
I always do a call.
Yeah.
Because no one can say no to this face.
Yeah.
That's you. You're the model. You should come up and just be like,
Yeah.
on the camera. Give me 10 grand.
Yeah. But I like, you know, I've had a couple of people because like now I've been on the other side of things. I feel like I'm more adept at putting myself forward for stuff now because I feel like I am more firm now for myself as well.
Yeah,
I can
you gotta
pitch.
be. And
So-
also, they will walk. I mean, brands approaching influencers, they will walk.
Oh
all
my
over you.
God, yeah.
They will. The amount of influencers I see that have a substantial following and are doing free ads, and I'm like,
It's ridiculous.
does no one tell you?
No.
Like, I have friends, you know, who I've met even just through like university, who I found out are influencers, and we'll have a quick conversation because I'm always interested. Like, what are you working? Like, what are you doing? And they'll be like, oh, I did this, but I did like for free. And I'm like, what do you mean?
It's just crazy.
Like, you can even have like, I don't know, 50,000 followers. They can pay you something.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
They,
Just something.
They should.
I think they don't realise the budget that they have. Yeah, exactly. Because I'll have calls with talent and I'll say, oh, you know, if you don't mind me, I'll say, what, you know, what have you been charging in the past? And they'll say, oh, you know, like I did a deal with this company for £500. And I'm sort of sat there going, oh,
No, I've had some horror stories.
yeah.
Some really bad things.
It's wild. Even for me, you know, I had an email today from a brand that I've worked with in the past. And it was, oh, yeah, you know, we can do it for, you know, £200, £300. And you think, really?
Wild.
And
How many followers do you have right now on TikTok?
About 170 something, I think,
same.
175, something around that mark, right? And my views are good. And I just feel
My
like,
views are sick, yeah.
yeah, I just think like you have the money. Like, let's be real. You have the money to pay people.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Their budgets for influencers, though, now especially, they get so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Were you there in like the golden age and the start where brands did not know how much you were supposed to pay?
Yes, but
influencers?
I think I did it the wrong way around because I would be like, yeah, I can do it for like £400, and I'd feel like nervous. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm asking for so much.
Oh no!
And then they'd be like, of course. They were like, yeah, sure. Like, and
They're like, yeah, duh.
I was like, what have I done?
Because if they pay for ads for like, if they want to get like 100,000 views, if they pay for ads, it's going to cost them way more than that.
Yeah.
And I think
exactly.
influencers do not realize that.
No.
And there was a golden age where I was doing makeup videos when I was about 16, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
They did not know how much to pay people in a good
Yeah,
way, though.
because you could just ask for anything. Yeah.
It was great.
But they do, you know, companies, they still lowball people all the time. And it's just, it's like, can we not? Like, we've worked together before. Like, you know, you'll do a job with them again, or I'll have one of my talent that does a job again with the same client. And I'm like, why are you offering a lower rate for the same deliverables that you paid double for last time?
It's weird.
And like, they're very kind of secretive about it.
They are.
It's like, just tell me.
Right.
So annoying.
Okay, what do you think of Taylor Swift?
I like her.
You've got to be careful, though.
Yeah,
They'll get you.
they're gonna come for me.
They're
No,
gonna
they're
come
not,
for you.
because I genuinely do like her. Like, I listen to her music, but I've never. I feel like I like her until I see her fans, and then I think,
Isn't that like half of the population of the earth?
True.
You hate them.
Well, I was gonna say, well, maybe just like the psycho ones, but then that is all.
I feel like mums love her as well.
I know we're gonna
I'm
get
really
cancelled.
nervous. Wait, I love Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Okay.
I like Red. Red is a great album.
We love rap. Me too. Nicki and Megan, who's gonna win the rap beef? Come on. I know you know about this.
Yeah.
I'm
mean,
disappointed in Nicki.
Right.
I'm sad because she was, you know.
Like, in terms of the beef itself, like I like both of them, but I listen to Nicki more, like I always have, because I grew up with Nicki Minaj. But like,
She's gone a bit crazy.
yeah, and the song just didn't really eat for me.
The song, it was the weird like ASMR
The
speaking.
outro, you know, the like Maleficent from like Beauty and the Beast, that outro.
very
like,
that,
what's
very
it? It's
that.
like, one day your womb will bring forth.
And she was like, we can all play the reindeer games. I was like,
Fucking
what?
terrifying.
People thought she was on drugs, but
Yeah.
she claimed she wasn't. I don't know. Okay, what do you think about celebrity leaked images? Because today,
Oh, like
Yesterday,
naughty
nudes.
images.
Did you know Drake?
Naughty, dirty images.
Naughty images of Drake is circulating.
Was that real? Because I did
Is
see
it not,
something.
Is it real? It's real. It's confirmed.
He confirmed it.
He confirmed. Oh yeah, he said, oh, I'm gonna make it my album intro.
Of course he did.
Which fair enough. I can't believe celebrities do that. Like, do they not know someone's gonna post
Somewhat.
it?
I feel like you can't really trust anyone, can you?
I think he probably knew.
Yeah. Do
When
you think
you're
he wanted...
Drake-
Maybe it's like promo.
I think it's promo because Drake knows.
Maybe for like that. Maybe he's gonna do a remix of that. You know that song, the one that the girl did the amazing like cover of. Bring that ass over.
What? No.
You must have seen that. Yeah.
No, but it's just singing.
She's like, let that coochie breathe.
Oh, like Sexy Red.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, obsessed.
She's like in the car singing. It's just like a random TikTok.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
Yeah. I love her. Wait,
Maybe
is
that's
she gonna
promo
do the
for
new
it.
album?
Well, she fucking better be.
I hope.
You better be paying her good.
I'm ready for that.
Oh, I thought he was in bed.
I thought he was on bed on his private jet.
Yeah, and then
That makes so much sense.
He says he sent it to a friend, and then that could have gone.
Oh.
I was gonna say he obviously sent it to someone, but
Yeah.
he knows.
Right.
I would know if I was Drake. I would not be doing that.
I know
he would-
this sounds bad to say, but like, I mean, I'm not Drake, so I can't speak for.
I know.
Can't speak for him. But, yeah, but like, I feel like maybe I'm just desensitized because like,
I didn't care.
it didn't
I
shock me, but not in the way that it's like because of how it looks, but just the premise of that getting out. Because I don't think it's like you haven't done anything like wrong. You're not in trouble.
Every single celebrity has an OnlyFans now.
Yeah,
like, a
that's what I
big,
mean,
like Tiger, Iggy Azalea.
Oh, does she have one?
She's like quit music. She's chilling.
Oh my
she got that BBL. Took a little. She left. She dipped. She did fancy, then walked off.
No way.
Yes way. And they all and like Tiger does it as well. You know about that?
Really? No, I didn't.
Do you want to be a drag queen? Go on Snatch Game. You would kill.
Well, I always say if I did do drag, I just would. And I'm not saying this to be cocky. Like I would win Snatch Game.
You'd win.
Like
You'd
just
win.
because my
Sharon.
Yeah, because my thing isn't just
What's your
doing.
name?
Yeah, what's your name? I'll be like, oh, Rue.
It's so good.
Because like I wouldn't just. My thing isn't like just doing the impression. It's like I
Becoming
make it. I can like make a story out of it, which is what Snatch Game is about, right?
Are you gonna be a drag queen?
I don't know. Maybe watch the space. I'm not good at makeup
What would
though.
the name be?
Oh, I've thought about this.
Drag queen name.
So my drag queen name would be Mariana Drench, like Mariana Trench, like the the crevice in the sea. Just think
Why?
it's. I don't know. I just think it's Mariana Drench, and then obviously like
I don't
Drench.
have one. I just do Gia.
Yeah, like Gia Gunn.
No, I'm showing my friend that season now.
Yeah.
When she goes, just landed,
So
like
good.
fresh tilapia.
Tilapia. She's like, soak what up? I mean, that sweat from that forehead. It's like wild.
She's like, there's room for
Everyone, let's
everybody."
just say that.
Let's just
What?
say that. What are your opinion on fillers, like face fillers, plastic surgery, in modelling or outside of modelling?
Right. I feel like it's so commonplace now that more people have it than. It's almost like not even worth thinking about from the perspective of like, let's say, like an agency or something, because how can someone prove that they have or haven't had it done, right?
Some
Same with
people you can
celebrities.
tell. Have you
Some
got-
people you can.
Have you
yeah.
got like your girls at home that are all of a sudden?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
into
Yeah,
it?
honey.
Uh,
Well, because it's very Kent, isn't it? Very Kent.
babe, I'm from
'cause-
Notts.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, my dad's side of the family from Essex, and
Mm.
my mum's side are from London, but we've lived in Kent our whole life. And Kent is basically just like Essex Part 2, the sequel. So, like, yeah, there's a lot of.
the Star Wars.
A lot of.
trilogy. What's your name?
Yeah. Hi.
In modelling though, do you think it's cheating or no? Like fillers.
Well, I think some people that have like a lot of filler might.
Hadid. She made it work.
Yeah, but like she
Got
looks.
so much.
She still looks high fashion and editorial, whereas
She
I
got
feel like a lot of
turned into
people
an
that
alien.
have a lot of filler, they start to look maybe not as editorial. Like they look more kind of like commercial.
No, yeah, I feel like it's different. Like I feel like normal people filler is
Yeah.
different than probably what models get.
Right,
Like,
because
they're
they
trying to
look more like a
alien.
baddie.
Yeah.
Like a, like a.
They're trying to look like Facetune, and models are trying to look more, like,
Misguided.
skinny and
Yeah.
alien-y, yeah.
Right.
The PLT model.
Yeah, exactly.
Busting
Is
into
more.
spoons. Oh yeah. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you
Loved
for having
it.
me.
Super fun. I hope you don't get cancelled when this comes out.
Oh my god, yeah.
Any final comments? Anything you want to say?
I just want to say, whatever you're doing, keep going, and have fun.
Shut
And-
up!
That'll be my exit line. I mean, yeah.
Can you outro the podcast to Sharon Osbourne, please?
Your voice was okay. You know, you've got no star quality. There's very little talent there. Thank you for having me, and it's a yes from me.